let's see what we've got in these two boxes. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today is my Pop in a Box unboxing for May. I did say in a video last week that it hadn't even arrived yet, so I'm actually filming this just 3 days before it goes up, and that's usually way too late for my liking. I like my videos to have been filmed at least a week before, but I will explain in a moment why I've had to wait so long to do this. But it does mean that the item I couldn't put in my May favourites video because it hadn't arrived when I filmed it is actually here now, and that's the child spirit jersey. So when I mentioned that spirit jersey in Friday's video, I'm going to leave a card to this one because I'm wearing it in this video. I do pride myself on being quite an organised YouTuber. I try not to leave things until the last minute. I try and keep to a schedule, but with postage and things like that, you just can't guarantee things at the moment. So I'm going to be completely honest with you guys and tell you that I actually know what's inside these two boxes. So on the day I got the shipping email for my Pop in a Box, I actually got two. I'd actually ordered something anyway. I have some Harry Potter pop vinyls I'm going to do a haul with at some point, so I wasn't sure whether one was for the Harry Potter pops and one was for my Pop in a Box. And this was the first one to arrive, so I put two pop boxes on top to see if two could fit in there, and I thought, well, that's a bit of a strange box for my Pop in a Box, so I opened a corner expecting it to be some of my Harry Potter pops because I bought 3 and only one's arrived so far, so I don't know where the other 2 are. Well, actually I do. They're somewhere in America. You can track them on Pop in a Box. But when I opened this, I realised very quickly that it was half of my Pop in a Box. And I was very upset that I'd seen it because, as you guys know, since the very beginning I've always unboxed them with you guys. I think there's only one that I've accidentally opened before, and that was also because I had an order coming, so I really need to stop ordering around the time that my Pop in a Box is due. So I went back to those 2 emails and tracked both of them. Obviously one said it was delivered because it was this one, and then I had to find out where this one was, and this one was actually in Kentucky in America, which I know happens sometimes. I'm on a few Facebook group where they mention that they live in America but their pop is coming from the UK and they don't know why, so I've had the reverse basically. So this arrived Thursday and I always film on Saturdays, so luckily it did come in time for me to be able to film the video, because despite everything that's going on in the world, Pop in a Box are still sticking to their postage dates and the couriers are still delivering things on time, and I just can't fault the service that we're getting at the moment. It is still very good considering these things aren't a necessity to me, but they do really cheer me up. So unfortunately, the reason I know what this one is because it's come out of America. It has a very detailed customs slip on it, so I know exactly what this one is as well, which is how I knew it wasn't my Harry Potter pop. Because one of my Harry Potter pops that has arrived also came from America and has a customs declaration on it, and if that one had come before this one, then I wouldn't have spoiled the surprise of this one. But let's talk a bit about Pop in a Box. I have been with Pop in a Box since August 2018, so it's coming up to my 2-year anniversary of having a monthly Pop in a Box. It would be my dream to one day save up the money to have the 12 pop box, which I believe is around £100, but I'm not sure I could do that yet. But I have the 2 pop box, which is $18.99 a month. I have had that since the very beginning. I've never changed, I've never cancelled. I do have an affiliate link in the description, and there is a code, a refer a friend code, that everybody who signs up for Pop in a Box gets, and when one of you guys buys something using that link, I get some money, and when you use that code, I get a credit on Pop in a Box that I can use to get a pop vinyl. I have just spent all my credit on one of those Harry Potter pop vinyls, so when I do that haul I will say which one came from you guys, because I can see where the traffic is coming from on those links, and it's always YouTube, so thank you so much you guys for clicking the links in my description. The thing I love most about Pop in a Box is it's not a strictly surprise box. It is my responsibility to say, I've got this one, I really don't want this one, and I'd really like this one. And then they must have an algorithm that works out what they are sending you. I would love to know how it actually actually works, because things like that really interest me. But I assume it's just an algorithm that works out these things are in stock, this person doesn't want these things, so we can only send them these things. So I imagine if I had a 12 pop box, I would probably know what I was getting, because I don't have a lot thumbs up at the moment. I wanted all of the 7 dwarfs, but they are now out of stock, so they're going to be really difficult to get. I really wanted the Frozen 2 pops, the new wave with Olaf holding Bruni and Bruni on his own and things like that. There's some Basil the Great Mouse Detective ones coming out, things like that. So it would basically be most of their new pops, and I've probably only got maybe 30 thumbs up. So the 12 pop box would not be such a big surprise, but I would still really love to do it. It's like one of my dream things. So let's get on to unboxing these pops. I'm going to start with the one that came second, and I've got to say, if this one had arrived just by itself, I would have been really upset. But when you see the second one, you'll know why I wasn't so upset when this one arrived, because if just one arrives, you're a bit like, oh, where's the other one? What's going on? Have I just got one pop this month? But that will honestly never happen. Let's get into this. So this is what was in this box, and I knew this because the customs declaration said Disney Nightmare Before Christmas Vampire, and I know they don't do pop vinyls of the 3 vampires, so I knew it must be Vampire Jack, and it just so happens that I really wanted this one anyway. So there is Vampire Jack. He's in a wave with just some of the residents of Halloween Town. They have just put up a pre-order for more Nightmare Before Christmas pops. So as soon as I finish this video and I add these 2 to my collection so I don't get duplicates, I'm going to put a thumbs up for the pops I want in that collection. They have also just brought out Corpse Bride pops, which funnily enough is one of my favourite Tim Burton films. Tim Burton is my favourite director of all time. I absolutely love his films, so I will have to buy those 2 myself, as I have a strictly Disney Pop in a Box subscription, so I would not be getting those. But let's get Vampire Jack out of the box. I am a little more reluctant to do this now with us moving, because the ones that don't have boxes are going to be wrapped in bubble wrap when we move, so I am tempted to put some of my newer Pop in a Box acquisitions back in the box as soon as I've showed them to you, because I'm not sure it's worth taking them out of the box to wrap them in bubble wrap. So this Jack actually has a stand, but he is going to go straight back in the box just for the move, so I'm not going to get the stand out. But I really love him. I love the purple on his cape. I think his face looks a bit weird. I have a feeling that's going to make my mum feel a bit sick, because she's a bit funny about certain textures and patterns and things like that, but I just think he's absolutely great. I wouldn't actually say he's that much of a vampire, because he's a pumpkin king. He doesn't turn into a bat or anything, but I'm just gonna let them roll with it. I really wish they had done a sequel of The Nightmare Before Christmas. But on to the second pop, which actually arrived first. So as you can see, this is quite a big box. I only opened a tiny bit here, but let's fully open it now. So I will just remind you once more that I paid $18.99 for my subscription box. You get 2 pops no matter the size, but you usually get 2 standard pops. But this month I got the Fairies, and I was so happy when I saw I got the Fairies, but also really shocked that I got the Fairies, because these actually retail for $34.99 on their own. I have a few friends that have bought them, and I keep saying on their Instagram pictures that I really need to get them, and Pop in a Box came through. So here they are. I've never had a 3-pack before. These are a 2020 Spring Convention limited edition exclusive, which is another great thing about Pop in a Box. They do get a lot of exclusives. They also get their own exclusives as well. I've had a few Disney Pop in a Box exclusives in the past. When I pack, I'm not sure whether I'm going to show you my collection as I'm packing it or when I'm unpacking it at the new house. But if you have a preference, again, let me know. So we have Fauna, Flora and Merryweather. Merryweather is my favourite because she's blue. The back just has the 3 of them on. I'm going to get them out of the box and show them to you, and then they're going straight back in the box to keep them safe. Can we also just appreciate the artwork that is in the back of the box? This is original artwork by Avind Earl, who I absolutely adore. I think Sleeping Beauty is such a beautiful cinematic film, and I just think it's so nice to put that in the back of the Pop in a Box to give it a bit more presentation. It's also important to mention that none of these need stands because of the way they've been done, which I am really happy about, as most of my pops just fall out of their stands, or I lose the stands, or a few years ago I realised that stands are in boxes and I'd been throwing the boxes away without checking for stands, so I have an awful lot of pops that need stands and don't have them. So if anyone knows a way of getting stands or making stands, then let me know. So we're going to start with Fauna, the green one. So I absolutely love the detail. She's even got these little green translucent wings, which I absolutely love, and a little wand which should stay quite safe given where it's positioned, but a lot of the Harry Potter ones are holding their wands out and a few have been snapped, which is why I should have kept my pops in the box, but you live and learn. And then we've got Flora, whose wand is actually a bit more out, so that one might get damaged, and again she's got red translucent wings, which I absolutely love. And then finally my favourite, Merryweather, who looks a little bit angry, but again she's got blue translucent wings and her wand is closer to her body, so it will be kept safe. So I am incredibly happy with my Pop in a Box for this month. I am going to give it a 9 out of 10. As you guys know, I rate my Pop in a Boxes on this channel. I cannot believe the value for money. I spent $18.99, I got a $34.99 convention exclusive and a standard $10.99 pop. I would have been happy if they had just sent me this on its own, because it is 3 pops, but they count it as one when they are doing the Pop in a Box subscriptions. If you are thinking of starting a Pop in a Box, then remember there is a link and a code in my description that I would really appreciate you using. I will be back on Friday for my May favourites video, and then on Saturday I've got another pin tag which I'm hoping you are all excited for. Remember to visit all the links in my description and all the cards up above, and I will see you guys real soon. Bye!